This is my review of the Nexus 7 bookcase made by Portenzo. I've given it a chance to use it for about a week or two, and what I can say is that it's an excellent case. The build quality is very good. The attention to detail is very high. Definitely, it's all handmade in the United States, so it's definitely is a very high build quality. It kind of is reminiscent of the moleskin books that you see at every chapters you go to. It has an elastic band. You can choose to have that or not if you want to. You can just have these magnet clips. So these ones do have magnets here and here around there, and those magnets they're supposed to hold it in. I think it works. It works well, but it's very easy to unattach it. So if you like a stronger hold, then you're probably going to want the elastic band. It also makes use of the smart cover technology that was hinted at and confirmed to work on the Nexus 7. So you open it, turns on. So you can actually kind of see, if you look close enough, there's in the cover here you can see small circles. There's one right here. This is for the smart cover magnet, and there's a couple others. So this is for the actual to keep it closed along here. And then there's a couple other ones here. Now these other magnets, they are used in the Portenzo's, what do they call it, IntelliStand. So the IntelliStand, it uses, so first of all, you can hold it this way and it'll hold in, and then it can become kind of a nice surface, similar to the Tablet S, has kind of a wedge shape, and the magnets do keep it held like that too. So it does hold pretty good even that way. What you can also do is it does pop off like this, and it creates a nice little stand here, which works very well. So obviously with the Nexus 7 forced in portrait mode, you can't really tell, or doesn't auto adjust, but if you're watching videos it works pretty good. So you can either go like this, you can either have a viewing angle like this, or you can stick it with those magnets and it has a higher viewing angle. And it holds very good. This works very well. So if you like to have that higher viewing angle, you can do that, or you can notch it down to a lower viewing angle. Works great. And it has magnets along here too to keep it. So you can see there's right here and here. Also, the Nexus 7. Okay, so the framing on it is made of this nice, very nice. I think what is it called? American maple? No. Yeah, American maple. So this is all made out of layered American maple, and the way it's designed is it kind of gives the look of pages. It looks really nice. And it has these, you can actually get a closer look in there. So they have grooves cut out for all the different buttons and the ports. Grooves here too, here. The problem with these ones is it is kind of tight to get in there. So you do have to kind of poke your finger in there to use the power. The power for the most part isn't as useful because of the smart cover. It's not unless you're actually turning it off. But the volume rockers are kind of tight to get in there, which is a little bit of a problem. It's held in with these little rubber things in here, and they do an excellent job of holding. I have to say, like, this is not coming out. You can, now they do have a way of taking it out. They give instructions for, and you have to pull this way. And actually, this one comes out not that bad right now. I've been playing with it a bit, so it's kind of loose. So there's my Nexus 7. This is the frame in here. And you can kind of see it has like this little rubber cushioning or whatever, and that's I think to give it some space for the speakers. It uses this, they call it a, what does it call it here? They have a trademark and everything on this name. Not sure. It's some kind of, it's a channel channel sound system. So basically what it does, and they've had it for all their iPad cases too. It's supposed to be designed so that the sound can do very well, and it does actually a very good job. Oh, here it is, Audio Flow Sound Chamber. So it's called Audio Flow Sound Chamber they have. So, one of the problems with, and I think it's with a lot of cases, is NSC does not work on it. So if you can see an example, here's, so I got my Nexus 7 here. So if I do the NSC, it works here. So it works fine. Loads up really well. Now let's put it back. So putting it in the case, you can put it in however you want. You just push in well enough. The harder you get it in there, the harder it sticks. So and then it's in. Now the problem works very well. Now the problem again, like I said, with the NSC. So bring back my. Is it's too thick and it does not read at all. So it's too much of a distance. So the NSC is not going to work. If that's a deal breaker for you, then this is probably not the case. But you know, if you're looking for a slimmer case, this probably isn't the one you want. Anyways, it does add quite a bit of weight and a bit of thickness to it. It makes it easy to carry. I always had a weird feeling carrying the Nexus 7 around because it would just. I always had a weird feeling carrying the Nexus 7 around because it felt very thin. I felt like I could drop it, which wasn't a bad thing. It's just I like to have a bit of sturdiness. If I put it in my bag, then it works fine. For carrying around in your hands, like if you don't carry a bag around, then this case does work a lot better for that. So it does have, and also people are less likely to steal it too, given the bookish look to it. So one problem I did find with the case is if you use it, now if you do a lot of gaming on this tablet, which is actually, gaming works really well on it, but the problem is if you're doing a lot of gaming on it, most of the games force you to go into this mode so that this way is looking up. You can, some games like I'm playing Final Fantasy 3, if you can rotate this direction and play, it can allow you to flip it, but in general they usually force you to play this way. If you can see now here, along here they have these nice rounded corners, which do add a really nice feeling like that it's a book to it. The problem is they weren't consistent with that, and they do have sharp corners on this side. Now that's also probably to make it feel more like a book, but unfortunately what ends up happening is when you're playing for long periods of time, it does, you know, especially if you're sitting like this, it does cut into your hand a bit. See that? So, you know, it can be kind of painful. That's kind of a downside. You know, you can always flip some games around, but in general, that's, you know, that probably should be a rounded corner as well on this side. Now, basically, if you want to get this case, you can go to like Portenzo's website. You can go on there and you can customize it. You can pick a different color, different style. It starts at around $39.95 American and goes up from there. So all the features. If you want the Atelastand's like $10 extra, I think. That one's definitely worth it. I think you would want to get that one. The band is. No, sorry, these magnets are extra, but I prefer the elastic. If it was me, I wouldn't worry about spending money on those ones. The shipping will get a bit expensive, but you know, you can always chit chat with them, and they might be nice enough to give you a coupon code or something, which is great. Their customer service is excellent there. It's definitely an advantage to dealing straight with an American company like that. Is their customer service is top notch. And if you do order it, you're gonna expect it not to come in quite quickly. They do hand make all of these. Like I said, you can look at the quality of the build. All of these corners are folded in nicely. It's all glued perfectly. There's nothing that's really sticking out, nothing loose. It's just very high quality. The wood is all perfect. The frame fits perfectly. There's nothing sticking out. Works great. I did drop it once, and it landed fine. You know, hardly anything. You can see a little bit of a dent, but it does land very well. So you're not gonna break your tablet dropping it. So yeah, that's my review. You can read more in depth below. I'll have some more pictures there below, or you can check on Android in Canada. And there you go. If you want it, you can get one from Portenzo.com. Thank you for listening.